Hello everyone, good evening to all. Just confirm me once in the chat box that sir my voice is audible. Just confirm me once in the chat box sir my voice is audible. A very special, a very important session on tax audit 2024-25. Just let me know once in the chat box sir my voice is audible and this presentation is visible to you so that we can start our discussion. Yes, everyone. So finally, the date has already been extended by the government, and we all are happy that yes, we can perform the task. We can perform this very important, very special task, that is tax audit, in a very effective way, because the time was very less and it was not possible for us to perform the task in a very well manner, with all the reconciliation, with all the effective communication and effective response and the effective preparation of report as well. So the government has finally extended the date, and now we have around 35 to 36 days to complete this tax audit. Yes, but sir, we all should start our work from now itself, and I know we all are doing our work, so we just need to do it with 100% efficiency and effectiveness, because now we have an extended time period. But in between that we have the Bali festival as well, so we need to give the time to that festival as well. So we just need to plan our audit in a very effective way, and today in this session I am going to discuss with you certain special techniques, certain special mechanism that we can follow, and that mechanism can reduce the vouching and verification related work. That mechanism can reduce our manual efforts. That mechanism can create effectiveness in our audit report. Okay, because this audit is not merely a data feeding task, it is more than that. Okay, if you are a chartered accountant, or if you are a supporting hand of the chartered accountant, you are a tax consultant, you are a practitioner, or you are an article, in that case also this session is going to play a very important role in your practice life. Because sir, as we all know, in this limited amount of time, if we have to perform this huge task, in that case there is requirement of certain technical aspect, there is requirement to have the idea of certain technology, there is requirement to have idea about the effective preparation of reconciliation, and everything will include in our today's session. Okay, and sir, we all know this is the very important special task for an auditor to perform the audit. Okay, because when the departmental authority is going to select the case for scrutiny for assessment, at that time they are also going to believe on our report. So we all should prepare our reply, we all should prepare our response, we all should prepare our report in a very effective, efficient way, so that at that time we can prove ourselves. Okay, so you can say this is the examination of books of accounts of our client, as well as this is the examination of the quality of an auditor as well. Sir, you all are agree with me? So if it is possible for you, just keep one notebook and paper with you, so that you found some important points in this particular session, you can make notes of that. Okay, also I request each one of you, try to make this session as much as interactive. Although this session is on YouTube, so I request, if you have any query, any concern, any question, you can put it on the chat box. I will take your queries immediately. Okay, and sir, one more request from yours, my side, if it is possible for you, just share the link with your follow professionals, with your friends, with your professional groups regarding this special session, so that everyone can prepare a report in a very effective way. Okay, so sir, shall we start our discussion? You all are ready for the discussion on this effective preparation of tax audit from GST perspective. Okay, because I can only speak from the perspective of GST and analysis of financial statement and ledger scrutiny. Okay, so although we'll try to include certain important facts as well, this PowerPoint presentation is just for reference, because in this PowerPoint presentation I have not included any content. Okay, so I request each one of you, I require your focus on my deliberation only. Okay, And I am not going to use very technical terms, very technical aspects. Okay, I am just going to discuss very normal things, very special things as well, in a very normal way. Okay, so first slide, what do you mean by tax audit? Okay, so we all are performing this task from years, so we know very well that what do you mean by the tax audit. This is just a preparation of report in which we are submitting the financial statement, we are certifying the financial statement of the client. Based on that, we are providing a view on the financial statement that these financial statement are true and fair. Okay, that is what is type of statement we are providing in our tax audit report. Next, why tax audit? Sir, it is next to impossible for the department, for the government to check each and every case, that the profit is perfect, that the financial statement are perfect, that the ledgers are perfect, that all the books of accounts has been maintained by the taxpayer. And also this is next to impossible for the government to verify the revenue, verify the tax which has been paid by the taxpayer. Hence they have created an entity that is called as chartered accountant, and that chartered accountant is going to certify the books of accounts, that all the financial statement which has been submitted in front of departmental authority as per law, as per the provision, as per the analysis of financial statement. Sir, we all know, if there will be no tax audit, it will be very difficult, or you can say it will be impossible for the departmental authorities to go for the scrutiny and assessment, because whenever there will be audit and assessment, they are first demanding the audit report of a chartered accountant. Okay, so there will be a very important role for this specific tax audit. There may be chances that till now we are performing the audit, we are demanding the ledgers, we are demanding the books of accounts, we are going for the vouching and verification, we are going to check the purchase register, sales register manually, we are preparing, we are just trying to consolidating the trial balance and preparing the financial statement. But now this is the time of AI. If we are not using the AI, this is completely okay, but at least we should use certain techniques to perform the audit in an effective way. Okay, now the first thing that I am going to discuss with you, that is financial statement from GST perspective. And I request, sir, those who have joined the session, I request please be there till the last moment of session. Will conclude my deliberation in next 40 to 45 minutes only. But in these 40 to 45 minutes, I am just going to share with you certain techniques for your effective preparation of audit. Okay, because this audit is not merely the data feeding, that is more than that. Okay, so financial statement analysis from GST perspective. Sir, when our client is providing the data to us regarding the audit, okay, what data basically we are demanding? All ledger we are demanding, the trial balance we are demanding, trading P&L balance sheet which is generated from the system we are demanding, okay, capital account we are demanding. Now certain things we just need to verify from GST perspective. Now there may be one question which is there in your mind, that sir, we are performing the tax audit, then why we need to check the GST? Sir, competition ka time hai, you have to provide certain additional services, and you have to go for a presentation in front of your client that yes, you are doing something extra. And through this particular exercise, you are also verifying the internal control, you are also verifying the genuineness of the client, you are also verifying the perfectness of the books of accounts, and based on that you can prepare your view. As the auditor, what we are doing, first we are checking that whether we need to go for a detailed audit, or whether we just need to check the things, we just need to we may skip certain things. That decision how we are going to take, based on internal control, based on the genuineness of transactions, based on the compliances, how we can verify from the analysis of financial statement. And when I am going to check each and every transaction from the ledger, from the financial statement, it may be quite difficult. But if I am going to take the reference of any external source, always in audit we are saying that the external source will plays a very important role. So this GST and common portal is external source for you. Through that you can verify the internal control, through that you can verify the genuineness, through that you can verify the compliances, and also you can verify the expenditure which has been booked in the books of accounts. So this is not merely from the perspective of GST, you can say this is the perspective of analysis of financial statement. Okay. When I am taking the sessions on analysis of financial statement, at that time from tax audit perspective, I am taking each and every term of the financial statement from a very detailed perspective. Okay. But today we have a limited amount of time, so I am going to give you certain examples from GST perspective. Okay. First thing, sir, whenever you will look, first look on trading profit and loss account. Just check if there is a freight expenditure, whether RCM has been paid or not. This is not from GST perspective. You are just going to verify the RCM on which the freight on which the RCM has been paid in GST. The figure is reconciling with your figure which is mentioned in your financial statement or not. And it will give you a confidence that yes, this expenditure is perfectly mentioned in the financial statement. If you will see, you will found a major portion in the expenditure head in the direct expenditure will be due to this freight, and we can easily check the genuineness of this freight expenditure through the analysis of GST and common portal. One thing done, one expenditure head done. If there is any other expenditure which is mentioned in the financial statement, suppose security charges has been booked in the books of accounts, so you just need to verify whether the RCM has been paid or not. If suppose certain late fees is booked in the financial statement from GST perspective, we can check from the GST and common portal. Suppose any advertisement expenditure is booked, just check whether the input tax credit has been reversed or not. Any sample expenditure which has been booked in the books of accounts, just check that the input has already been reversed or not. Suppose on the sample expenditure input has been claimed, you may verify the books of accounts, not an issue. But sir, keep in your mind at that time when you are certifying the balance sheet, you are also certifying the balances of electronic credit ledger, and when you are certifying the balances of electronic credit ledger, you are making the wrong certification. Because as on the sample expenditure, ITC reversal is required, and if the person is going to reverse the ITC on account of sample expenditure, the amount of ITC ledger is going to be changed. So that point we have to keep in our mind. It is not merely from the perspective of GST, it is also from the perspective of tax audit. If any expenditure on which input tax credit has been claimed, you can easily verify that expenditure from GSTR 2B. We'll discuss how you can verify, okay? Because I have a complete discussion on the reconciliation or the verification of your purchase. But now the current scenario, the current time is not related to demand the purchase register and demand all the vouchers, and you are going to tick each and every voucher on purchase register. Now this is the time you have GSTR 2B, you can easily verify the purchase and you can decide that this part is genuine or not. That is what is the task we have to perform. On your sales, sir, on your sales, just check from GST and common portal whether the turnover which is declared in the GSTR 3B is reconciling with the turnover which is declared in the financial statement. If there is any other income which is there in profit and loss account, check that on the other income the GST has already been paid or not. So this is also external confirmation from your side that the turnover which is reported in the financial statement is same as per the GST and common portal. And suppose if there is a major difference, you have to make note in your 3CD. When you are filing the income tax return of your client, that portal is also demanding the GST turnover. Why they are demanding the GST turnover? The reason is only one. They also want the cross verification that the taxable value on which you have paid the GST, the amount is same which is mentioned in the financial statement. Sir will discuss how to verify the purchase register, purchase is genuine or not. Okay. So this is first point, the prima facie observation on the financial statement. Okay. Sir, how the session is going on? You all are getting the points? Just let me know once in the chat box. Each and everyone who is there in this live session, I request each and every one of you, just make a note, just make a comment in the chat box, so that next point we can discuss in a very effective way. Sir, ratio analysis. Each and everyone, I request once, make the comment in the chat box. if you are getting the points. Okay, next, ratio analysis. Sir, one thing which I want to share with you, that sir, whenever there will be a departmental audit, whenever there will be a scrutiny, at that time they are saying that your closing stock is not seems perfect, your purchase is not seems perfect, your sales is not seems perfect, your opening stock is not seems perfect. Okay, there may be chances these type of questions has been raised by the departmental authority or by the particular officer who is going for the scrutiny of your books of accounts. How they are coming with these type of observations? The reason is only one, that is ratio analysis. When you are checking the financial statement of your client, you just need to check. Many times what will happen, that I just want to tell, and this is the real scenario, that 70 to 80% professional, what they are doing, the data is received from the client, trading P&L, balance sheet, we are just going to feed in the accounting software or any software which is there through which we are preparing the books of accounts. We are just going to put the data in that accounting software or in that report preparation software. We are just going to prepare the report and upload in GST and common portal or income tax portal. Okay, and we are just going to tally the expenditure from the ledger or trial balance. That is what is the task we are performing. Okay, and one thing which we all are doing, that is the comparison from last year. Yes, that we all are doing. Okay, in 3CD form also it is automatically auto populated. But now the question is that, sir, here the ratio analysis is quite different from the last year comparison as well. Yes, your opening balance should match with the closing balance of last year. With that, you also need to check that your opening, purchase, sales and closing stock should be perfect from the ratio perspective. Suppose when I am going for a opening plus purchase minus sales and adjustment of all the expenditures, direct expenditure, and that closing stock is net genuine from that particular calculation, that means you have merely fitted the closing stock, from the perspective of adjustment of the profit. That is what is the point. We know there may be chances that we are going for certain adjustment from the perspective of profit in the stock, but the point is that that adjustment should be genuine, that adjustment should be in line with the purchase, sales, opening stock and all the direct expenditure. Otherwise, at the time of scrutiny assessment, the departmental authority can easily know that there is something. So we also need to know these type of tasks. Many times when we are doing the audit, we are performing the audit, but we have no idea about the cost of goods sold, COGS. How we can calculate, how we can go for the ratio analysis from opening, closing, sales and purchase. So this is a very important point for all of us. Whenever you are checking the closing stock figure, because opening stock you cannot change, this is from last year, but the point is that your closing stock should be genuine. Okay, yes, you are taking a declaration from your client regarding the inventory that this is the closing stock as on this date. This is just for your reference, but sir, we just need to check that the closing stock which we are going to certify based on the management representation is in line with the opening, purchase and sales or not. Yes, sir, I know many professionals are doing this particular type of thing, that gross profit and closing stock and maintenance. But the point is that that should be in line with our opening, purchase and sales. That merely not for the adjustment of gross profit. That should be in line with purchase, sales and opening stock. And I request, when you will perform this task for once, it will create an impact on your client, that yes, my chartered accountant, my legal consultant, my tax consultant is making very hard efforts to save me from the scrutiny perspective. And sir, you all know, when we are submitting our audit report, there is certain filters which is there at back end, and your selection for scrutiny is based on ratio analysis as well. This is also a very important factor for selection of your case for the scrutiny. I have a detailed discussion on the ratio analysis, but due to limitation of time, on our YouTube channel, one video is available on the ratio analysis. You can check it very easily. Okay. Although we have a detailed session, detailed course on tax audit, the details I will share with you later on. So in that we'll discuss the ratio analysis as well. Important reconciliations from tax audit and GST perspective. Sir, certain reconciliations which should prepare that will prove the genuineness. Okay. And as a tax consultant, as a tax practitioner, I think we all have certain accounting software, certain specific softwares, and through that software we can easily prepare the reconciliation in 1 or 2 minutes. Okay? It will not take much more time. If you want to verify the purchase of your client, no need of purchase register, no need of verification of each and every invoice. Your GSTR2B is more than sufficient. Demand from your client the books of accounts GSTR2B and the GSTR2B which is generated from the portal. Reconcile both the reports. Mismatch related entries you can ask with your client, and this reconciliation will give you assurance that the purchase is genuine or not. Okay. This is the way for the reconciliation of invoice-wise purchase. And I can say this will be very helpful for all of us. Okay. And I request each one of you, those who are watching this session live, I request there is one like button is available if you are getting something important from this particular session. In that case, I request just push the like button. And if you have not subscribed our channel, then you can subscribe. This is not an advertisement, because on our YouTube channel 300 plus videos are freely available, and that is completely for the knowledge of the professionals. So just subscribe it for your knowledge. You can get something from this particular channel. So first, my purchase register should be reconciled. And for that purpose, books, you just need to generate the GSTR2B. Merely generation of GSTR2B is not sufficient. Okay. When you have generated the GSTR2B from books of accounts, just total the value which is there in GSTR2B and verify with purchase register. Many times, yes, we are preparing the reconciliation, but the point is that reconciliation is not perfect because the data which has been generated from the books of accounts is also not perfect. That is what is the issue. So what we need to do, first we need to verify that the data which has been generated from the accounting software is perfect. Okay, GSTR2B with books of accounts. Your turnover reconciliation, turnover as per GSTR2B and turnover as per your financial statement, that should be reconciled. There may be chances of certain differences. So you just need to identify the reason of the differences. And you can also provide the difference to your client, that's provide the reason. Okay. You should do one thing, just also compare the GSTR1 and GSTR3B, and a very important reconciliation, that is the closing balance of input tax credit which is there in balance sheet. That is, you are going to certify with the closing balance on GST and common portal as on 31st March 2025. In 90% cases, I can say there will be a difference. But if you have received the reconciliation from your client, it will be evidence for you that the certification which has been made for the balance sheet, we have also reconciled the ITC figure from GST and common portal. That type of task we should perform. So from tax audit perspective, we can say there are 4 reconciliation which plays a very important role. First one is turnover reconciliation. Second one is my GSTR2B and books 2B invoice wise reconciliation. Third, GSTR1 and 3B reconciliation. And fourth, your input closing balance reconciliation. If you are going to prepare these reconciliation, your audit will be conducted in a very special way. Debtor and creditor bifurcation and importance thereof. Sir, this year, when you are filing the audit in front of government, okay, we just need to prepare the bifurcation of debtors. Debtors less than 180 days, debtors more than 180 days. Many professionals are just preparing the report of debtors and putting it on income tax portal or preparing the report. I request, sir, please, bifurcation of debtors less than 180 days, more than 180 days is required. Creditor bifurcation, sir, we also need to provide the bifurcation of creditors, that MSME creditors and non-MSME creditors, because there is a timeline of 45 days to make the payment. Otherwise, the expenditure is going to be disallowed. Okay, and that type of task we have to perform as an auditor. As we all know now, It is quite difficult to prepare an audit report, to conduct an audit, because a lot of conditions are there on the professional as well, and a lot of restrictions are also there on us. So we just need to take care of this thing. Debtor less than 180 days, more than 180 days. Creditors bifurcation, MSME holders, non MSME holders. Okay, and that type of list you have to take from your client. Form 26AS and its importance. Sir, whenever you are going for the audit, I request for each and every of our client, there should be one file. You may maintain it physically, you may maintain it virtually. In that particular folder, in our office, we are maintaining it virtually. Okay, so what you can do in that particular folder, you have to create certain categories. First, client received data. Second, portal generated data. Third, draft report. Fourth, any documentation which has been received from the client, signed copy, that should be there. And fifth will be your final report, so that that folder will be very useful for you in future reference. Okay, whenever there will be a scrutiny assessment, you have the complete set of data. And as there is peer review is also mandatory for the chartered accountant or CA forms, so we just need to ready with the data as well. And sir, this session is also important for the tax consultant, legal consultant, because you are the supporting hands for the chartered accountant for completing this tax audit on timely manner. Okay, so you also need to be very much careful about the things. So generate the 26AS from the income tax portal. Try to identify the data which is mentioned on 26AS with the data which has been submitted by the client, because that 26AS is going to provide the TDS deducted on these incomes. So we just need to check whether the same has been booked in the books of accounts or not. The TDS receivable figure which is there on 26AS, the same is booked in the balance sheet or not. The TCS receivable, the same is booked in the books of accounts or not. There may be chances many times the taxpayer, there may be chances many times the taxpayer forgot to put certain figures, okay, related to the TDS deduction. So we just need to keep this point in our mind, that yes, the same should be there and we have to verify it, the 26AS. Okay, the form number 3CD and its importance. Sir, if you will check, then this form 3CD is not merely the feeding of data, this is a complete report. And sir, I request, as an auditor, as a legal consultant, as a tax consultant, I know you all have go through with the 3CD report, but I request once again, before starting or before resuming your work from tomorrow, just take a printout of blank 3CD report and try to read each and every clause. You will get a very special knowledge in your brain regarding the 3CD. And sir, one important thing, now when you are submitting the audit report on the income tax portal, at that time, before submitting the audit report on income tax portal, just take the signed copy of 3CD report from your client. Before submitting the report, you have to take the signed copy of 3CD on your record. Okay, if you will check this, in 70 to 80% column 3CD report, we are putting no, nil, not applicable. But sir, if you will check it very carefully, in that case you may found certain things on which TDS deduction is liable, but the taxpayer has not deducted the TDS, so we have to disallow that expenditure and we have to show it in 3CD form. There is requirement to show the expenditure, registered, unregistered, GST in 3CD report. There is requirement to show the related party transactions. There is requirement to show any personal nature expenditure. When you are going for the capital account, and in the capital account, if you found any income and the firm is proprietorship concerned, just verify on that income which is mentioned in capital account whether GST has been paid or not. In the form number 3CD, there is one clause in which we have to put the data. These are the books of accounts which has been maintained by the client. Sir, sir, what we are doing, cash book, bank book, ledger, journal, cash book, all we are going to tick 11A, 11B, maintained, prescribed. Sir, just once check that the same has been maintained by the client or not, the same has been provided to us or not. When you are putting the branches related details, you are putting 0. Sir, just check from GST and common portal whether any branch is there on records or not. Otherwise, अभी तो submit हो जाएगी, कोई पूछेगा भी नहीं, your report is filed complete done. At the time of scrutiny assessment, these things plays a very important role. And at that time, your client will directly raise question on you only. That, sir, you have made everything for us. Why there is loophole? So this 3CD is not merely a form. This is the complete scrutiny assessment technical tool, you can say. Okay. TDS deduction plays a very important role. Although today, as we have limited amount of time, so I am not able to go for a clause by clause analysis. Okay. So we have a 2 days complete course as well, in which we'll discuss the clause by clause analysis of form 3CD. Okay. This is just information again. So TDS deduction plays a very important role. Yes, exactly. Whenever you are going for the ledger scrutiny, this is also art. Ledger, 1000 pages, 2000 pages, 5000 pages. And ledger says everything for the client. You can say the ledger is the Janam Kundli of the client of that financial year. So we just need to verify that the expenditure which is there in ledger, whether TDS has been deducted or not. If there is any payment which has been made, in that case, whether TDS has been deducted or not. What are the clauses on which TDS deduction is required, whether the expenditure or payment is mentioned in the ledger, whether TDS has been deducted or not. That type of complete Excel we should prepare for the client. What you can do, you can prepare a list of heads on which TDS deduction is required. Just put one paper in your office and suggest your article, your staff, that if you found any expenditure in the ledger such type, in that case you have to ask about the TDS deduction. Okay. We also need to put any TDS default in the 3CD form. We also need to put the details 3CD form, clearly asking 34 ABC that, sir, any record on which TDS deduction is required but not paid. So we have to provide that thing as well. Lower deduction also needs to be reported. Yes. So TDS plays a very important role, because a lot of matters are there in which the department has asked for a very huge amount of demand on account of non-deduction of TDS, non-shown as the expenditure disallowable. Because in future they will take interest, they will calculate the income, they will go for a penalty as well. And there may be a question on the accountant, that is chartered accountant, who has prepared the report. So we need to be very much careful from the TDS deduction perspective. Share trading is very important. Why? Sir, suppose a person intraday 1 crore cross, whether there is requirement of audit or not. We are not supposed to show 6% profit, because not able to show. Suppose that person has traded 2 crore, 6%. Next to impossible to show 12 lakh rupees, that person will not ready to pay the tax on 12 lakh rupees. So whether there is requirement to go for audit, yes, we can go for the audit in case of share trading. That person is only income related to share trading, purchase, sales. But at that time, we have to prove that this is the nature of business for that particular person. Okay, in that case, we may take the opening stock from the global report generated in holding, the closing stock from holding and global report, purchase and sales, and we may book certain expenditure and determine the profit accordingly, and we may pay the tax. Okay, but there is requirement of audit if turnover crosses 1 crore rupees. So nowadays many share traders are coming to our office and they are saying my turnover is 2 crore, 3 crore, and we are just merely putting the trading P&L without audit. In that case, not survive. In future, there may be a litigation. Okay, so we just need to be much careful from that perspective, especially. Report preparation is not merely feeding of data. Yes. Whether it is your financial statement, whether it is your from 3CB, 3CD, 3CA. Also in case of companies, in case of LLPs, if you will check, a very huge demand may be created in future due to non-compliance. So we just need to be very much careful that when we are going for a financial statement preparation, when we are going for a 3CD, 3CB, when we are going for a submission of report, we should be very much careful. If you are doing the audit for first time of the client, earlier someone else has performed the audit, NOCs must document. Sir, management representation letter we should take from the client. Signed copy of management representation letter. If you are a tax consultant, if you are a legal practitioner, you are preparing the audits, in that case also you should take the MRL letter on behalf of the chartered accountant, provide the same to the chartered accountant, because this is the must document which you should take. Because in case of any scrutiny assessment or any action, there may be chances client is not supposed to provide at that time, so you have to take it right now. And one request which I am always making, that sir, audit is the assets for an auditor. So we just need to maintain the quality of the audit in a very well manner. The ledger scrutiny, whether it is a 1000 pages, 2000 pages, 5000 pages, it should be very relevant. We should check all the expenditure, we should check all the income, we should check the categorization of debtors, we should check creditors, we should check the fixed assets, we should check the unsecured entries, we should check no other entries should be there in the unsecured ledgers, we should check the loans and advances, we should check the addition and deletion in the fixed assets, we should check whether all the balances which is coming from the ledger in the financial statement are perfectly reported or not. We should check all the clauses which is there in 3CD. Each and every clause related figures has been put in the 3CD form very carefully. No, not applicable, nil is not merely fitted. All the notes, you can say notes, are the security guard for us. So whenever we are preparing the 3CD form, our notes should play a very important role. Observation should play a very important role. As you are not certifying the personal books of accounts, you have to maintain it. Creditors, MSME, it is very important whether the client has made the payment within 45 days or not. That type of declaration also we need to take. Otherwise, in future, if there will be any question, there will be a question on chartered accountant as well. So we just need to take that things as well. And sir, now this is the time of AI, this is the time of Excel. So we can easily prepare the reconciliation very easily. Okay. So I request each one of you, whenever you are going for the audit, now there is a 35-36 days are there. So we just need to perform the audit in a very effective way. We just need to perform the audit in a very technical way. Okay. And sir, one information from my side. This is just a information, not an advertisement. Many professional has requested, as I am not dealing in income tax. Okay. Many professional has requested that, sir, we have certain issues from the financial statement analysis, from the ledger scrutiny, from the clause by clause analysis of form 3CD. There are certain issues from the perspective of TDS identification and the effective tracking of the audits. So we have designed a 2 days course. Okay, earlier that course was scheduled on 21st and 2nd, but the due date was very near, so we have postponed the session to 27th and 28th of September. That is tomorrow and day after tomorrow. Tomorrow we have session 6 to 8 p.m. Day after tomorrow we have session from 11 to 1 p.m. In that session, we'll cover the complete practical discussion on the ledger scrutiny, on the analysis of financial statement, on the identification of practical terms and threats related to audit, on the clause by clause analysis of form 3CD, on the effective preparation of audit report as well, and also to the participants who is going to enroll for that course, will give a personal support till 31st October for any query related to tax audit, will provide the complete support. With that, will provide a specific material and a specific tool so that they can easily track the complete audit of the client. That means we are just going to provide a file in Excel. In that case, we have given all the trackings of the audit, that these things you have done, these things you have done, these things you have done, what type of formats you should have, the complete MRL, the complete NOC letter, the complete audit appointment formats, the complete notes to accounts, the complete observation in different scenarios. Each and everything will cover in that particular course. 2 days, 4 hour and 30 minutes course. If anyone wants to enroll, in that case, price for today right now for half an hour, 1199. You just need to scan this QR code and pay 1199. The registration link, the joining link will be shared with you by tomorrow morning. Okay. And sir, I also request each one of you, just provide feedback for our today's session, how it was. It was important for you because I have tried to cover many things. I have tried to cover many things in this particular session itself. Okay. So if anyone wants to enroll, in that case, you just need to scan this QR code, make the payment of 1199. The joining link will be shared by tomorrow morning. And yes, this is a guaranteed course. Complete discussion will be in a practical way, and definitely this course will be a milestone for you, and the recording will be available for you for lifetime. Okay, so if anyone wants to invest this amount for your knowledge, for your preparation of audit reports, for your preparation of data, in that case, yes, you can go for it. And yes, whatever will be your feedback for our today's session, please put it in the chat box. It is my request. Okay, whether you are joining our tomorrow session or not, that is not important. The important is that you just provide your response. And I request, if it is possible for you, for this tax audit from your client fees, it is possible to pay 1199. In that case, just scan and make the payment, because this course will be very useful for you, because we'll use multiple techniques for preparation for the tax audit report, okay, as well. So thank you once again for joining the session. If you are joining our live course, we'll meet tomorrow sharp at 6 p.m. Thank you, everyone. Those who are here, I request just push the like button, and I request those who are making the payment, I have shared one Google form. Just fill that Google form, or you can do one thing, just text on a WhatsApp number I have mentioned. My team member will share with you the Google form. Yes, definitely. This is, you can say, just a trailer in the live course. Not about that we are taking an amount from you. This is just because today we have a limited amount of time, 1 hour. Also, I have tried to cover each and every technical points related to tax audit. I hope this webinar, this workshop will help you a lot in your tax audit. But yes, if you want to gain a technical knowledge, if you want to gain a practical knowledge regarding the tax audit, if you want to gain something extra from the perspective of this tax audit, then the upcoming 2 days live course plays a very important role. 2 hours and 30 minutes deliberation will be from my side. 1 hour and 30 minutes we have another faculty, CA Ankita Botra. She will take care of the clause by clause analysis of form 3CD. Okay, with that we are also going to provide the recorded versions, okay, and complete audit tracking tools as well. So if it is possible for you and you are not making the payment right now, in that case also you can do one thing. You just need to click the image of this QR code. You can make the payment by tonight, okay, but tomorrow this price will not be available, so I'm sorry. So if you want to register, you can register it right now. Thank you, everyone. We'll meet you soon in another session, in another physical workshop, in another live session. Thank you once again for joining, for listening with us. Stay tuned. Just try to subscribe our YouTube channel, so that around 300 plus YouTube videos are available. You can easily go through with that. Okay. So, and yes, tomorrow session, the complete recording will be shared and the access will be given for lifetime. The access will be there for the lifetime for the recordings. Okay. Those who are going to register, they will get the link for joining by tomorrow morning. Okay. And I request each one of you, if it is possible for you, for your knowledge, to update your knowledge, the investment of 1199, in that case, invest it. Okay, because this will be the best investment of your life. This is the assurance from my side. Thank you once again. Bye bye, take care. We'll meet you soon in another session, another workshop, another webinar. Bye bye, take care. And yes, if you have any query, any concern, you can mail us. If you are not joining our session, in that case also, if you have any query, any concern on the tax audit, you can easily connect with us. Thank you once again, and thank you for your specific comments in the chat box. And yes, this question related PDF file will mail all the registered participants. Okay, so you will get the PDF file, this PPT as well. Although in this PPT we have no more content, the content is only that we have certain questions. But if it is useful for you, in that case we'll definitely provide you. Thank you once again. Bye bye, take care. And sir, Take care of your health. Okay, audits are priority, but health is also priority. Thank you once again.